Good morning students. I hope you all are keeping well. Till now we have learned about force and today we are going to learn about frictional force applied on a body. That is taken from the theme 3-4 same theme unit 2 friction and its effects. In this module we are going to learn about what is friction, types of friction, advantages and disadvantages of friction. Now to explain you about friction, now let me remind you about during the winter season. Now, during the winter season what we are doing, we are just rubbing our hands to get warmth. Friction is produced between two bodies, two surfaces. Okay, so surfaces means that these two surfaces are, when they rub together, the friction produced in it, the heat produced in it, so it gets warm. Then we used to keep and just get warmth in our faces and rubbing it like this. Now by this what we can understand, that a force which acts at the surface of contact when one body, the first body, moves upon another body is called force of friction. Okay, so here they are talking about surface also. Yes, it is dependent on surface. Yes, how it is dependent on surface? Now see, first I have taken one pad. Now another I have taken one pencil. I just pour this pencil on it, it will move. It will run away. Because the surface is smooth. That's why it is running off, or it is moving smoothly, easily. Okay. Now when we are throwing a football on the ground, what happens? After some time it stops because the forces applied, the friction every time oppose the motion. When we are just pulling that things to that side, it will oppose the motion. Exactly students, same thing. If I am taking a glass, I am rubbing some oil in my hand and just holding this glass. Now what happens? This glass will slowly moves down and it will come to the other hand. Okay, why? Because here the hand is whole, it is full of oil and the grip is not there in my hand, so I am not able to hold this glass because it is slippery. Yes. So now what is happening here? Now the friction here reduced. Okay, now the friction is less, so I am not able to hold this. I am not having the grip to hold the glass. Now this we will learn further by listening some more examples. You will get to know what is friction.
When you walk on the ground, it is friction that lets you walk. If the friction suddenly reduces, like when you step on a banana peel or step on water, you slip and fall. When friction reduces, things slide more easily against each other. When friction increases, it is difficult for things to slide against each other. In which case did the ball roll more? It rolled more on the floor. That is because the floor is a smooth surface and the friction is less. When a surface is smooth, the friction is less. When a surface is rough, the friction is more. Friction is a force that opposes motion. That means it acts opposite to the direction of motion. Friction is a force that opposes motion. When the friction is more, it is difficult for a thing to slide. The flooring in outdoor public places like footpaths has to be rough. That is why even if it rains, we do not slip on the footpath. You must have seen plates like this put on staircases at railway stations or theatres. Why do we need them? They increase friction so that people do not slip and fall as they climb up and down the stairs. So, you have to remember that smooth surfaces decrease friction and rough surfaces increase friction. Look at the soles of different shoes. You should be able to guess which one is more likely to make you slip. What happens when you apply the brakes on your bicycle? The bicycle stops. How? You press the brake lever on the handle and the brake is actually on the wheel. Can you see it? When you press the brake lever, the brake presses against the wheel. The friction stops the motion of the wheel and the bicycle stops. Now, where else do we want friction to increase? When we drive a car, the friction between the tires and the road makes sure that the car does not slip or skid. Look closely at a tire. Do you see the grooves on the tire? The grooves on the tire increase friction and make sure the car does not skid when you drive it. As you drive the car a lot, the tires slowly become bald, which means grooves wear away and the tire gets smoother. Can you see the tire that has become bald? When this happens, you have to change the tire. What do you do when you play carom? You flick the striker and try to push the coins in the pockets. What is this white thing that the player has sprinkled on the board? It is a boric powder. Do you know why it is sprinkled? It is sprinkled to make the board slippery. Now, the coins move more easily on the board. By sprinkling powder and making the board slippery, the friction between the coins and the board reduces. This helps the coin slide better. The surface of the slide in the park is made very smooth. Only then can you slide down quickly. Why do you put oil in the moving parts of your bicycle regularly? Oiling reduces the friction between the moving parts of the cycle. That makes the ride easy and smooth. Bicycles and other machines have ball bearings too. It helps to reduce the frictional force and damage. So, the frictional force can be increased or decreased depending on what we are doing.
I hope you all understood by seeing the example you understood many things, okay, about friction. Now what do you learn from this? That we just read it, okay. So we have learned that friction is a force that acts on a moving body, okay. Friction is only a force which can apply on a body, okay. When we are applying on a body, then only the friction can produced, okay. Then the force of friction works in a direction opposite to motion. Now for this I will give you one example, that is, I have taken one pad, okay. Again I have taken one pad. Now I am keeping two copies over here, okay. If I am keeping two copies, I am just putting a force on it. But what is happening? It is moving. It is not moving very smoothly. It is very hard to move, okay. If I am keeping some pencils over it, I am just keeping some pencils over it. I am just keeping this notebooks like this. Now what happening? Now it is smoothly it is moving. Can you see? Smoothly it is moving. Now what is happening now here? Because to make the surface, now the surface was smooth, very smooth to roll away, okay. So this is types of friction. Now here they are also explaining that, so when we are just giving a stress to the body, giving a force to the body, the friction of motion, it will be opposite. That is only said works in a direction. Force of friction works in a direction opposite to motion. When we are giving a force from this side, the friction will give the opposite force from that side. Is that clear? Then by making the surface rough, we increase friction. The surface, if we are making the surface rough, then we are just giving much more force on it, much more friction we are giving. So by making the surface smooth, we decrease the friction. Understood? Now this all considered inside, this is only a friction. We will learn what is types of friction. This also includes in types of friction. Now what we have told before, that this motion works in a direction opposite to motion. This is applied in static friction. Okay, then static friction is there. Then three types of frictions are there: static friction, sliding friction and rolling friction. Is that clear? Now we will learn about these three frictions.
Types of friction: static friction, sliding friction and rolling friction. If you want to move an object and the object is really heavy, what happens when you give an initial force? Nothing. The object does not move even you are applying force. The reason that the object does not move because of static friction. The force that you apply is balanced by the frictional force by the floor. This frictional force is called static friction. The frictional force that comes into play when one body tends to move over the surface of another but the actual motion has yet not started is known as static friction. Means in static friction there is no movement in the object. As the object begins to move, then static friction end and sliding friction start. Definition of sliding friction is the frictional force that comes into play when one body is actually sliding over the surface of the other body is known as sliding friction. Sliding friction is slightly smaller than the static friction. A smaller force is required to keep the object move in case of sliding friction. Rolling friction. The frictional force that comes into play when one body is actually rolling over the surface of the other body is known as rolling friction. Example: it is easy to move a suitcase with wheels than the one without wheels. It is easy to move a heavy box when it is fitted with wheels. Rolling reduces friction. Now, to understand the relation among static friction, sliding friction and rolling friction, static friction is greater than sliding friction, that is greater to rolling friction. In case of static friction, object does not move. In case of sliding friction, object begins to move with the uniform speed. And in case of rolling friction, object moves very easily with the less amount of force applied on it.
Now let us talk about the advantages of friction. Now the first point is soles of our shoes. Now soles of our shoes means that the down part of the shoe, they will grip on the shoes which make us to move forward. Okay, the grip made in the ground, and by that only we are moving forward. Okay, one step, second, 2 step, 3 step, like that. So that grip is formed and we are just moving forward and the ground is moving backward. Okay, this happening. So soles of shoes, how the force of friction applied to the soles of shoe. Okay, now here second point, tires of different kinds of vehicles. Now tires, you have seen there is also a grip is there. Otherwise, if it's after some, you have seen that after sometimes the tires of the scooters or cars, it gets slippered. Now what happens? Now during that time we have to change that. Otherwise we just get slipped off. Now so tires also, the friction is the friction is formed in that tires also, because it is also making a grip between the ground and the tire. Okay. Now next is knot of silk thread slips but not from jute. Okay, so silk thread, they are very smooth, that's why it is we can open it also. If we get a knot in a thread, in our threads we are just put, if we are getting knot in it, then we can open it. But in jute we can't open because it is having more friction and it cannot be open. Now once we have tied the knot, and it cannot be, if once we have tied the knot, then it will not move down. Okay, but for silk it will, slowly it will move down. If we want to move it down, it will move. Now force of friction which save from the impact of meteors, that meteors to get heated up and destroy there only, otherwise it will fall on the earth. So this is, that force of friction is applied on that also, in meteors also. And brakes of vehicles such as car, scooter, etc. Now here brakes, when we are applying a brake, okay, now this is same as when we are applying a brake, the opposite friction is, naturally it is opposite direction. When we are putting a brake, this is opposite direction, it is getting brake, the cycle is getting brake, just the bicycle get stopped at a place when we are putting a brake. So this friction is applied in the opposite direction. Motion, we are moving, running it in this same motion, but when we are putting a brake, we are just, friction is applied by in the brakes by giving the opposite motion. Is that clear? Then last point, that is writing on a paper with a pencil or ball pen. Okay, if I am pouring some I will explain you. If I am pouring some oil on the paper, then what happens? That the pen will work on it? No, it will not work, because it will become slippery. But in this case, the ink falls on the paper, just it absorbs and it is moves on. So that's why, so writing on a paper with the pencil or ball pen, this is also friction is applied on it. Is that clear, students? Now we discuss about disadvantages of friction. The first is soles of shoes or tires need replacement. Now before, in the advantages also I explained you that shoes, after some time, if your school shoes also, that what happens, after some time the shoe sole get rusted and it gets slippery. The whatever the grip made on the down part of the shoes, it has vanished off and it becomes slippery. Then what happens? We can fell down or something like that. So in the disadvantages is that we have to replace that things, otherwise we will just fell down, we will get slipped. Okay, so tires also same thing. The tires, the bicycle or a car, something, the tire get slippery, then what happens? It gets slipped. Is that clear? Then second point, moving parts of machinery need replacement. Now whatever the moving parts are there, okay, in the machines, the moving parts are there, it can get rusted after a while, because friction produces the heat. Okay, so after a while, continuously it is working, then what happens? The machines get wear and tear, so it is needed replacement. Okay, then friction generates heat, so it causes wastage of energy. Yes, really, because friction, wherever friction we are using, that heat produces. Okay, if heat produces, so it causes wastage of energy. Naturally, the energy is wasted in it. Okay, then the last point, that is force of friction increase the weight of objects, hence we spend lot of energy to move. In this, what we are telling, if the object is weight is too much, then what happens? We are giving too much energy, and friction is also increased, because we are just giving too much energy to take it, because the weight of the object is too heavy, so the load is very high, so the friction applied on it is too heavy to to pull it or to move it to the further place. Okay. I hope you all understood this session. Have a good day and take care.